You're listening to Shut Your Mouth.
What's going on? Thank you to the...
Shut your mouth.
So I figured something out.
Sam, I feel really loud.
It's just the headphones, don't worry.
Okay, I just don't want to be blowing people's ears off.
No, I figured something out.
Tell
when
me.
we were doing the past few pods, we would get all in our emotions and stuff, and then we would start being like, girl, you know what I'm talking about. And we would change the volume. And on the listener's end, you would miss it. So in this pod, let's, like when I introduce this, say, welcome to the...
Shut your mouth.
Just talk your normal volume tone so that it's even throughout the pod. But I saw it because I did it a few times on the last one. I would say something lower or quieter just to add inflection and emotion. So I can lower it a little bit, but I can't go low like whispering when I'm in front of someone because you'll miss it.
But Sam, I always speak so soft and so sweet to you all the time. How are you going to do it?
That's a joke. False.
Rude.
False.
Rude.
False.
Rude.
Okay, so you were at the store and there was a song playing, right? And we'll get into the pod, man, and we'll get into all that jazz. I just felt like doing this right now. I got a song. I got words queued up that I'm going to play. Damn, I don't know if you should play it because where did they cut it? On YouTube.
So I think I remember from podcasting 101.
101.
101.
101's like, I'm going to play you in basketball 1-on-1.
Okay, so 101. How do you say it? What did I say?
1-on-1. It's
101.
101.
Oh, 101.
Okay, let's not make the pod about that.
My bad, Sam. I remember you said we can share music as long as we give context, we talk about it, or something like that.
Then add some content and then do it.
So there was a song playing by one of our, he's my favorite.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy him.
Is he a legend? Do you think he's a legend?
Yes, he is definitely
As a matter
legend.
of fact, he is.
And John Legend. And he's a legend in my heart.
Okay, calm down.
And his voice speaks to me. Ay Dios, calm down. Shut your mouth. No.
I
Anyways.
have to shut this podcast.
So one of his songs came on.
Yeah.
But it made me think of this song that I dedicated to you not so long ago that he's did. So
We'll play it. Go ahead and play it and talk over it.
okay.
That way.
It's one of my... It's such a sweet song. Yeah. Okay, so he's like talking, and it's when he went through such a hard time with his wife.
Do not attempt. And I won't either.
I won't. I'm not gonna sing.
Because we'd be singing in the car, girl. Nobody knows.
Well, no one knows, and I'm not gonna do it. I don't want.
John, hurry up and sing. Jeez, the intro.
Jeez. Okay.
I didn't know this was it. You played another song.
I know.
I
played another one. You think I leave your side, baby? Okay, ready?
Get it closer to the mic.
You know me better than that, Sam.
Yeah. So what's the name? We can go ahead and stop.
Okay, this is my favorite part where it says, you think I'd leave you down when you're down on your knees?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, right? And then it says, I'll tell you right. I'll tell you right when you I
Girl, you know what happened is that before we push recorded, it was a completely different song. It was more, and then you go and say, this song, and now it's like this.
So, pretty much it's just saying like it doesn't matter what comes our way. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna leave you down and cold. Like I'm gonna be by your side. And I feel like I just wanted to rededicate this song to you because, I don't know. Marriage should be something so beautiful, and I know for some people it's not. I know that marriage is like a roller coaster for a lot of people, and even for us at times. But I just love this song, and I just wanted to remind you that I love you, and I'm so proud of you, like everything that you're doing. And you know what? The highlight of my day is now. I mean, other than doing what I do.
Girl, you going long, okay?
Hey, calm down.
Sorry. You're the one that wanted to put a time cap on the pod.
Calm down. You're messing this sweet moment up, sir.
Okay.
Now I need to change the song to like, I can buy my own flowers.
Go, girl. Do not play that song.
So, see, you even messed up my train of thought, son. Thank you so much. I don't even know what I was going to say. It must have been a lie, huh? Oh, that's what I was going to say. That you just been doing so much. And the highlight of my day, I mean, yes, being with Donnie and doing my passion, which is teaching.
You don't have to cover every angle.
But you know what? You know what I love and look forward to now?
Girl, just say it. The anticipation is killing me.
Right now. I'm really enjoying doing
Are you talking about shut your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Shut your mouth.
I like that face.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
No, shut your mouth.
And that's it. Okay, so I got something too, but you went and took it all like super deep. So I'm about to kill the mood. This is something that I saw on Instagram, and it just hyped me up, and I wanted to share it with you.
Well, you know what? It's not fair. Like,
stop with
you're
that.
all connected and everything, and I had to like put it on the mic.
But people can go look at John Legend and type in that song and hear it in their headphone. Mm-hmm. I can just not do it.
Okay. Shut your mouth.
Don't make me the bad guy, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Let's see if we can hear. I don't even know if it's going to work.
Dear God, there's a lot of questions that I have about the past, and I don't want to hear it from a human. You made it, so you're the last person that I'm ever gonna ask. Tell me what's real, tell me what's fake. Why is everything about you a debate? What's the point of love? Every time I showed it, I was broken, and it's forced me just to only want to hate. Why is it only one you but multiple religions? Why does every conversation end in a division? Why does everybody want to tell us how to live, but they won't listen to the same damn message?
Man, okay, so that's pretty long, okay? This dude just dropped some bars, and he was just... It's like a Christian rapper, Christian spoken word guy. I put it on my social media, so just follow me or Monica and you'll see it. But it just pumped me up today. It just kind of just said how things need to be said sometimes. Like, just shut your mouth, show me some love, show me some peace. You too caught up on your mess. Be more kind, get over yourself. You ain't on this earth by yourself. That's all me, baby. I just made that up right now. All right. Boom. Okay.
Well, I don't know where oh my gosh. Yes. There goes your cloud. There goes your cloud of hands. It's in your head.
So as we get started, the Shut Your Mouth project, pilot project. This pilot project's about to just engine up and let's roll. Let's get in the sky and make this thing fly, right? Like, we're getting some good vibes from people. Mm-hmm. I got a phone call from someone, and they gave us props. They're like, man, I'm loving it. I'm caught up on all four. That's funny. Sweet. It's intriguing. And I'm doing this communication thing on the backbones of this because that's kind of like my thing. But they mentioned that they really like the husband and wife aspect. And I said, what podcast are you listening to? It sounds good. And no, they were referring to the Shut Your Mouth. And I don't know what vibe we got, girl. I swear, I think I'm in trouble every time I make a joke with you. Mm-hmm. So anyways, shout out.
Just like that, it's probably you.
And so thank you so much for all the support, the text. We've gotten some texts and DMs. And so here we are. And today, in a pod, if you're trying to do this communication thing, there is subjects. And sometimes it's hard to say, you know what, I'm going to hand over the topic, the control over to the B mic. But that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to see if we can produce some great back and forth. But this is real stuff, though. Right? Mm-hmm. It's all yours.
What? No, I'm not ready, Sam.
There ain't no stretching, girl. I push record 9 minutes and 23 seconds.
No, you gotta warm me up, sir. You cannot just leave me like...
That's all we've been doing. All I've been warming you up. Explain what you're doing right now.
Oh, my goodness.
No. Don't stress out. I'm
ready to go. So, okay. So you want me to bring up the thing that I wanted to talk about? Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah.
Oh, my Okay.
You don't have to. Everyone's listening to this and thinking that I'm just like surprising you, but we literally talked about it over dinner.
I know we talked about it over dinner, but you didn't say you were going to make me go first.
You didn't. It's been almost 10 minutes.
Okay. So, what? I don't even know how to start, but here I go. So, what's your... Oh my goodness. Sam, you're going to be in trouble once you stop hitting record. You're really going to be in trouble. Okay, so that thing that you try to do sometimes, and you kind of do it often, right?
Me or people?
Well, I'm talking about people.
Okay.
And in your head, you're thinking, man, I'm just so kind. I'm just so, loving. I'm like putting myself last because I'm really helping this person. I'm really I'm going to do it. And they didn't even have to tell me. I'm just going to do it because I know what needs to be done.
I need more context. It sounds like a trap.
Right?
Right.
Okay. And then people in general, they won't go all the way through. They'll stop like a third of the way or half of the way. And then the person that was going to originally do it now has to adjust and start all over because it was not even done all the way. So it becomes more work.
Dude, this is deep, man. Mm-hmm. You're gonna cause some wars between individuals possibly. Mm-hmm. But let me see if this works. Okay, I kind of hear you. Okay. And the same thing gets on my nerves. But if I had to describe it as, don't say it unless you're gonna do it. Mm-hmm. If you're not, listen to the Shut Your Mouth podcast. Mm-hmm. Take the hint. So I feel like when something is good, something is in motion, suggestions aren't always needed. Sometimes it's just hands on deck doing the work. And then if you ever notice when the time is to come up with an idea or direction, there's so much silence. Mm-hmm. And then once something gets rolling, that's whenever whoever loves to hear themselves and think of themselves as being kind and always willing, that's when they show up. But really, they're not necessary. They're more of a headache, and they're really late. But they never comprehend that's what they're doing. Why are you laughing, girl? You better tell
oh my gosh,
us.
This is hilarious.
Why?
Because I'm talking about you, son.
Dang.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
please
appreciate you.
Please explain.
I appreciate you helping, but dang.
Helping with see now I totally got I was hating on somebody else, girl.
That's what's so funny because I was like, man, he's setting himself up.
That person that you're referring to is a dummy. They stink. You're like,
is you from the Shut Your Mouth. I couldn't hold my laugh anymore.
Please explain.
Okay, so this morning I'm getting ready. I'm like, okay, I already have my checklist going.
Take it easy on me.
You know
I'm
what?
right here, girl.
I'm like, have my checklist going. Uh-huh. And I can only talk about this because it's happened multiple times. Okay? I'm not drawing it out of thin air.
Okay, just say it.
Okay.
You're like, you're setting yourself up for me not to say anything. Just be like, okay, Sam dumb. Sam need better be husband. Like, just go, girl.
That's kind of what you sound like. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I have my checklist going, right? And I'm like, okay, I need to do this and I need to do that. And I have it done by this time because I have this to do. And then I'm like, okay, great. So then I walk over to the washer. I open it, and guess what I find there?
Just sweet items from the person that you love?
And no, I wish. It was wet clothes that you had left in there. I guess you started a wash, and then you just never moved it to the dryer side.
Yeah.
So guess what I had to do? I had to rewash all your gym clothes because now it really reeked because it was already wet and just sat there. So I lost like 30 minutes and I had to redo everything, and I set myself back like an hour. So I thought to myself, interesting. I'm going to talk about this tonight at Shut Your Mouth podcast, because it made me think of a lot of people in general, not just you, but a lot of people that sometimes they feel like, oh, I'm going to help. Oh, I'm going to do it. They don't even have to ask me. I'm just going to do it. And sometimes we mess things up. And I include myself in it. We make a bigger mess. So what can you do? Or what can you say to people that think that they're helping, but really they're not?
Well, I didn't think that I was ruining anything until right now. You shouldn't have drank that water. Everything's a joke to you on this pod.
Oh my gosh. That's
This girl,
terrible.
This girl. See, I have my list on how to do this pod, and then here she comes blowing water out her nose, and now she's gonna get up. What happened?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, get it together, girl. Get it together.
Because you hardly ever think you ruin things.
But I think that's like one of the things that happens in a happy home.
Yes. Okay.
You know, when love abounds, like it's, you know, I don't know. I just do things, girl. I just move, man. I'm very calculative, and I'm thinking, but when I'm at home and I'm doing what we're doing, I feel like, man, it's like my toolbox, man. Like I'm put tools in there, I'm working, and then I'll come back and revisit it and get it done right. But I have been learning how you like things. It's not easy, and sometimes, maybe often, I don't see it through your way, and I just move my way. But at the same time, like, I'm trying. Do you see me putting an effort?
Yes, and thank you for all those times.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you do it. Kind of like when you make
easy. So Monica's bringing up a specific topic, and I appreciate it. And so in the beginning, this is to be silly. I'm fine. But, you know, it's just like, let me get a little, you know, attack mode on Sam and what he did wrong, but in general, people. So I'm listening to it, and so she's like, how do you feel? How do you respond? And most people, if you direct a question like that, like in a pod, for them to kind of accept that they did something wrong, or that they're a bad person, they're not organized, they're this, they should have did that better, they're really not going to entertain that much. So when Monica started saying, in general, when people do this and do that, that's when people are more likely to fall into it. Like in the beginning, I thought I was talking about something else, and you kind of got me, because I was like, no, Sam, it's you. And I thought that was good. But then when you make it about me, it's hard for me to speak into it because I'm talking against myself. But it's okay.
So I could say in your face.
It was in your face.
Okay, so now let me just shift it.
Yeah.
Now that you spoke to it, I'm not bashing down on you, Sam.
No.
Because you do help a lot, and you do things amazingly sometimes, and I've let go of certain things because you know what, your way is not so bad, and I'm just like, okay, hey, at least it's done, checked off my list, right?
Correct.
But in general, like, who has the right, or does it have to come to a compromise? Like the person that feels like they're helping, because there's two ways that they can come at it. Like with the heart, like, okay, well, I'm gonna do it, and so like that they can tell me how great I am, or I'm really gonna do it because I know, you know, that person's really busy. I know that they're really stressed out, or they have a lot going on, and I'm just gonna do it, right? So that person can come either way. But then the person that they're doing it for, like, can, can they just be thankful? Like, oh, okay, thanks. And then, catch on from there, like start from that point.
So pause. I'm going to answer that. So in the beginning, you asked the question right away, and I was about to give you just a little snippet, and then you added a whole bunch after. So it's going to force me to go long, but I'm going to go ahead and ignore everything you said after the question, and I was simply going to say this, and then give me your thought. You ready? Lista? That water killed you.
It did.
The last pod, there was something distracting you. This time, so get focused, baby. You focused?
I'm focused.
You here? Okay.
Hey, the last pod almost died because of those bugs.
You almost died right now. Like
that was funny.
You almost died. Anyways, so I feel right like I'm in the home, or if you're married and you're in the home, there's things that you do almost 100%. Okay, and there's things I do 100%. Okay, so in that instance, I have to adjust and get as close to your 100 as possible. Okay, then there's things that we obviously share the responsibility. And in that instance, we both have to show up. We have to adjust. We can't expect our whole 100 to be rolled out. That's my thought. Go.
But I'm not talking about just in a marriage. I'm talking about like friends. Like,
does that change what I'm saying though?
Work.
Does that still change? Ignore that I said marriage than that. I don't want you to harp on that because I still think it's a good equation that sometimes it's more your responsibility, so it's up to me to adjust, or vice versa. Like I can't come in and just take your role and expect it to be done my way. If I seen you do it 100 times the past year, that would be silly of me.
Yeah.
And I make it a math thing so that there's context.
So then the person doing the act of kindness, let's just say it like that, so the listeners can follow a little bit better, because there's a lot of he said, she said stuff. So the person doing the act of kindness has to respect the person that's been doing it longer.
Yeah. Because the act of kindness at the wrong time could get in the way and throw a rhythm or a pattern that's very necessary, and so you have to consider the person.
I gotta go say I'm sorry
to
some people.
Why? What you do?
Well, because I'm over here thinking I'm doing this act of kindness. This person's so stressed out, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I could just be affecting this person more.
Yeah, it could be throwing them off, because some people love chaos. And whenever you do an act of kindness in the middle of chaos, now they're going to transfer that feeling of stress to you. Can I give you a scenario?
Yeah.
So,
of course, Sam, you have the A mic.
Baby, you got it.
Oh.
You have the A mic today.
Oh, okay.
I have the C mic.
Like see your way out of it.
Shut your mouth. So here's my example. It's kind of a stretch, but once I share it, you'll know, and I think you'll laugh with me.
Okay.
So there was an instance when somebody had a treatment. They were like already sick, and then someone said, "Let me do a favor and get this treatment for you." They were already sick, and they were already falling apart. Like things were downhill on a slippery slope. Okay, and so the treatment gets offered, the advice gets offered and taken. So from that point forward, everything that happens, it's the fault of the favor of the treatment, and people ignore everything leading up to it before, and so that's a transfer of stress. That's a break in the line, that they cannot see the kind act, the gesture. They just see it as a marker, and they say, now I can blame my stress or my whatever is declining or whatever on that moment. Thoughts? I thought I was going to get a much better response from you than that. It leads me to not want to do things for people, because I feel like saying, dude, I'm going to do this for you, but do not blame everything till the day like that you're not here on me because I helped you today. Doesn't mean that it wasn't going to not rain yesterday and you were going to have a flat tire. It wasn't all because I did this or whatever, but it happens so often. And so when you do a kind act, you got to be ready for that. I don't know. It's a trick that an individual's mind plays on them.
Yeah. Well, because I think human nature, they want to find someone to blame.
Yeah.
Instead of blaming themselves.
Do you consider yourself, do you find people to blame? How long does it take you to say, it is my fault and my name is Monica?
Well, never, because nothing ever happens.
Never. How often does your wife, your girl, whatever whoever we're talking to, based from what you said, do they say never? Always.
No, I think. Okay, so as the years progress, I feel, I don't know, because I don't want to say this about myself. I would rather other people say it, because then I'm like, it's real, right? But I think I'm mature, because I think I look seriously.
I was gonna give you a hand clap. My baby is growing.
You better.
The buttons are so little. They're right next to each other.
Okay, vas a ver.
And that was just a segment to show y'all guys, don't be fighting with your girl. Be careful.
Vas a ver. So, like, I think about myself, like, even just like 6 months back, and I'm like, oh, I would act like this, or I would have responded.
Give us
like
an example.
this.
Too vague.
Okay, so Sam. Okay, so for example, like, I'm trying to think of the initial question you asked.
Okay, doesn't matter.
How do you do that in a pod? Like, you forget so much information, Sam. Like,
okay, so sometimes.
And I saw your episode with It's Ernie.
Yeah, man. What'd you think?
That was so good.
Shout out to the Feld podcast. It's funny because it's me, but anyways, we're broadcasting here, okay? Shout out to the Feld podcast. Ernie came through. My boy Roan brought him through. He's a Fort Worth artist, up and coming, doing his thing. What are you referring to, guys? This is called a rabbit trail, but we are gonna come back to the main subject, and that's important to do. Why did you bring that up?
Because I was watching y'all's episode, and you know, he would say a lot. Like, you would ask something and he would say a lot.
Yeah. Great
and
communicator.
It was so good. Like, I was like, and then I forgot what you asked him at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I was so intrigued about what he was saying.
Yeah.
And then you would just bring it back up like nothing. Like, I'm like, what? How did he do that? Because there's times that, yes, I'm on that chit chat podcast with my girls, and I'm like, what were we saying? Like, in my head, I'm thinking, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
our producers are gonna hang us because I don't know what.
You have to remember what your point is. You have to have a story that you're trying to tell where the guest can veer off and say and do, and you know what you're trying to say. So you're gonna jump back on. But I'm just listening. Like, I'm literally learning from him. And in my head, there's like a voting system, and I'm like, man, he said that about Detroit. He said that about his professor. He said that about this, and I'm voting and saying, this one's fine. I can talk on this. Oh, I understand this emotionally, right? And I say, okay, when he finishes, that's what I'm going to talk about. And I have my notes in front of me, and it lines up. I just roll with it.
That's great. I love the way he talked about his mom.
Yeah.
Like, being his mom was like his number one fan. You know?
Yeah.
Like, on the
She
stadiums.
instilled so much in him that he's using now. And so when he does it, it connects him to his upbringing, his mom, and what she poured into him. And that's a powerful thing, because that silences all the hate, or whatever's in front of you, that silences it, because it's rooted in something very positive and very strong.
That was good.
See, I just did that right there.
That's good.
You see how I did that?
I see.
I do that.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Anyways.
Yeah, I know. Do you get tired of... Can we close the marriage point? Like the you suck, I suck, and you do it my way. Can we close that one real quick?
Yes.
All right. So that segment is over.
That was not even about marriage, sir.
Okay. You keep correcting me. Fine. If I miss it by a word in general.
In general.
Are you satisfied? Do you want to have a final thought on the previous thing? We gave it a go.
So I just got to say I'm sorry to people. That's it.
Yeah, just have a better understanding of when to do something, right? Because it could be overstepping, and sometimes it's not necessarily welcome. And sometimes you want to do a favor that's the size of a ship, but really, if you did...
Where's the...
Sorry, guys, to you. I slapped my mic. I said, boy, what you doing in my way? Boom. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. And sometimes you want to do something big, and they just might need a cup of coffee, and that's really going to resonate with them more. So sometimes we just need to measure the size of it and how much weight it has, because sometimes you don't need to do such a big favor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the takeaway was I have to really respect the other person and like the length of time they've been doing things.
Yeah.
You know? So I have to say I'm sorry.
So I'm going to let you finish it there, because here's another thing that happens is that we see when a conversation starts being uninterested because the other person starts fiddling with stuff.
Yeah.
They're distracted and not present.
Or topping each other.
Yeah. So I have to be careful and say, you know, do you want to close it? You say yes. I say one more thought that's like mindful. Mm-hmm. You can't avoid that's 3 great points. I want to talk about all of them in my childhood. So that happens a lot. And so if you're working with someone and they're your co-host, they need to know, like, dude, you had your chance and you didn't do it. So just be quiet, right? Or if you're having it, if you're continuing in the topic, then just bring up something insightful to activate the other person. Don't always expect for you to be activated, because that's not fair. It needs to be. It needs to be shared. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay, so can we close it?
Yep.
Very well. Close. Bye. See ya.
Hasta la vista.
Okay. So every time when I say certain things, you look disgusted, girl. Like I am getting on. Oh yeah.
Don't be making me look like the bad person over here.
Okay, not the bad person. Okay.
Don't be making me look like a diva, Sam. Porque yo no soy diva.
Can I rephrase it?
Yo soy caramelo. How do you say caramelo in English? That's wrong.
Camaro?
No.
Caramel, girl.
Caramel?
Caramelo's caramel. Okay. Or melon face.
Oh my God.
Caramelon.
Okay. Just keep going, Sam.
Okay, so sometimes I say things, and I know you say it jokingly, but with every joke, there's a little bit of truth. We all know that. Mm-hmm. So whenever I try to hit, like, hey, guys, when you communicate like this. A, B, C, congratulations, right? Whatever. Sometimes you look annoyed. Like a while ago when I did it, you were like, yeah, Sam, what? Clap, clap, clap. What is going on in your head? Like, how many times do you really feel like saying, Sam, just shut your mouth. Calm down. I'm being serious.
Oh my gosh, Sam, I'm not going to answer that question. Go to the next segment.
There is no other segment. That's what I want to finish it with.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
No, okay, here's what I'm asking. Let me redirect it. Let me show you how to read it. Because trust me, I did that. Okay, so the way I phrased it was to kind of knock on you. Like, dude, I'm just having fun, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so to be more thoughtful, right? Because, whatever.
Yeah.
So how do you take me being who I am as a communicator and doing this creative communicator, storyteller, and as we're doing the shut your mouth, I'm rolling it out. I'm talking theories, I'm talking ways to communicate and stuff like that. How is that sitting with you? How is it even helping you? Do you want to like cancel this project, or are you enjoying this project based on that, on me doing that?
On the communication?
On the communication stuff. You're just like, shut up, Sam. Yeah.
And you really want me to answer? Oh, I'm just kidding. Well, no, Sam. I mean, if I look a certain way, it's because I'm like, yes, hoorah. Sam is amazing. Sam is so great. Sam is this.
See, now you're doing what I did to you. You're doing the same thing.
No. I mean,
that's not what I want.
It's not, Sam. It's just my face. Get used to it.
Why are you looking at me like that?
It's just my face, boy. I thought you knew that when you said I do. No.
I did.
No, it's just me taking everything you're saying with emotions and everything.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm not trying to be like teachy or over
Preachy.
preachy.
Just kidding. Where's the joke one?
But yeah, okay. I only have 2 sound effects. I'm trying to make the best of it. Yeah, so I'm not trying to do that, and I got to learn. Am I even good at instructing people? Because that's what I'm trying to do. I've talked to a few of the local podsters, giving them advice, and I've always say, I ain't saying this or that or nothing. This is what I have. Can I offer it to you? And they've been very nice and they've been receptive. Mm-hmm. And I want to get better because that's what I want to do. I want to help people communicate better, but I can't break them down. I can't get on their nerves when I do it.
Okay, so, man, this is a hard one.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's kind of like, it's like me with education, right? Like, everyone knows that's my forte.
Okay.
And I love
Don't
kids.
get too weird up. Make your point.
Wait.
Yeah, I got you.
Can I talk? It's my turn, right? Was the question for me? Right? Sam, laugh. I think I've been the only one laughing today.
You need to listen to your own pod, girl.
Okay, so it's like education. It's my forte, right? So when I see someone that maybe just started doing education, I want to step in right away. And that's not going to work. Or you can try it, but
you're failing.
But it's not going to work.
No.
You know, the kids need this, or it'll be better if you connect with them first and then you teach them rules
Got it.
Stuff like that. And so I've learned that sometimes it's better for me not to say anything until they've tried it and failed. And then I can come in and say, can I? I always ask them, can I share with you? Because I learned too that if I just do it and give my opinion, I sound like an arrogant snob. You know?
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes people might see you that way. Like, okay, here comes a master that knows everything about communication, you know? But I've
Was
also...
that directed?
No.
Go ahead.
But I've also seen the work you've put into it.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen the work you've put into it. I've heard your voice change. Like, not like.
But you remember when I first
physically.
taught, like, was it?
Yes.
I don't know how 10 plus years ago.
But I've seen you
It was funny.
develop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So whenever you talk to me, I've seen what you've done. So it's not like I can say you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because you do.
Yeah.
You do know what you're talking about. You've done it for so long. And sometimes even with a little bit of positive outcome per se, like the goals that you've wanted to see, like as far as like views and listens, that hasn't stopped you. You've kept going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I can't question you per se. Like I can only ask you like, but what about this or what about that? You know, and then we talk about it. We create a conversation, then it makes more sense, or we come up with a new way of doing it. But no, whenever you share with me, it's not ever like, okay, get over yourself. You know?
In today's few topics, what was a takeaway? Because I paused and gave a few tips. What's a takeaway from today that maybe you're like, oh man, that's true. I like it.
Well, I'm being serious. I gotta go back and say I'm sorry to a few people.
Yeah.
Because I felt like they're so rude. I can't believe they're not accepting like what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to lift some stress from them. I'm trying to, and really it was never really about me. It was about them and not respecting their time. But then too, you like seamlessly, without even knowing, I think you connected us in a different level that I don't think we've done before, where you're asking me about like, am I annoying when I talk about communication? And I know that I've asked myself that, and I've asked even my, coworkers, like, did I sound annoying in that meeting? Like, giving my opinion about what we should do next. And so it was like this thing that happened in my head that I'm like, I know what you feel, Sam. And I guess to me, you're not annoying, but because I know you're coming with a good intention to always make me better.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, those are my takeaways from today.
So I have one takeaway came to me. It's like when you were talking about stress and you want to help someone to relieve that stress. Guess what happens? I just thought about it. When you relieve someone's stress because of a task or you want to do them a favor, and that stress still exists, it's the individual. It's the person. It's not the overload. It's not the mishandling, the micromanage. It's none of that mess. So when you remove that individual is going to hate it because they're more in focus. And they're like, I am at fault. And to keep the mess present untouched, they always have something to blame and not themselves. That, my friend, is a drop the mic. And that came from today's episode.
Interesting.
Think about that.
Okay,
so we got a few minutes left. This is just random time. This is just fun talk. Fun time. What's on your mind? What do you want to get off your chest? What do you want? You can say. Well, go ahead.
I'm just enjoying the little pod war that's going on.
You need to stop at that. Second episode you mentioned that. Let it be, girl. Okay, let it be. We have a year when the voting happens, and we're gonna figure out everyone.
Sam,
yes, ma'am.
Did you see that sticker came right off? I thought it was gonna tear the other sticker. It didn't. It was almost like it was on their side. It was weird. I was like, oh, it's gonna come off. It didn't. It was not even touched.
It's an interesting topic, and it's happening, and I'm scared. I want everyone to be my friend.
You
know what? It'd be crazy if someone that they don't expect comes out at number one, and they're like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, like chit chat.
Calm down. See, you're trying to just insert yourself. Stay out of it.
I'm just kidding. I know we're not. And I'm not being ugly. I'm just like, we got a lot of growing to do. And you know what?
I'm just saying, just don't.
I understand. And you know what? I'm proud of us. I'm proud of us.
Who's
I'm
us?
proud of Josie, Nubia, and myself.
Why is that?
Because we've come a long way from episode 1. And right now it looks like it's just Josie and I. Yeah. But Nubia's there. I'm recording with her on Friday.
Stay tuned. We got another podcast.
Yes.
On the last pod for the Chit Chat Cafe, I screwed up on the sound. I left the mic off because we used a new mic.
Yeah.
And I'm so, guys, if you're listening, you listen to Chit Chat Cafe, my apologies. Things happen. You got to adjust. I try to fix it as best I can, but we're going to keep going. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was just going to say that Chit Chat Cafe is truly a mom pod.
Yeah.
Like, all 3 of us are moms. We all have kids in different stages, different ages, and we're all doing the best that we can.
Yeah.
And so right now it's going to look like it's 2 of us each. Each episode is probably going to be just 2 of us until we can reunite again.
Guys, that is what we have today. You want to give the plugs? Like, I always redo it. Give the plugs, and then I'll finish it up.
Okay, so are you asking me or are you telling me? Because that was a little bit confusing.
I'm both at the same time.
Interesting. Do I have a choice? I'm pushing all your buttons. Just like all of them.
We just lost like 30 seconds. We got a minute.
Oh my goodness. Right now. You want me to do it right now?
Baby, if you say that one more time.
Well, you keep looking at your phone. I thought you were going to say something.
Don't worry about what I'm doing over here.
All right, fine. Thank you, everyone, for listening to Shut Your Mouth with yours truly, Monica. I put my name first.
You got to plug the Feld Podcast and Chit Chat Cafe.
And Sam with the Feld Podcast and Chit Chat Cafe. We appreciate your time. Thank you for being here. Please check out the Failed Podcast. That's where our episodes are for now. Thank you for being on this journey with us on this test crash course pilot.
It's a pilot pod, girl.
Whatever it is called.
So thank y'all for tuning. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something in today's episode. Leave us a comment. Thank you for everyone who's texting and DMing us and telling us that they're enjoying this project. I've been enjoying it, and it's progressing. It's getting better. I'm looking forward to the next one. So thank you, Monica, for coming on again. I think that we did it again because we're leaving feeling the same thing. And you know what that is?
What?
Shut your mouth.
You're listening to Shut Your Mouth.